Converting back to the wing backs has seemed to have paid off. We've had a decent run of games against teams in and around us. Things are looking positive. Welcome back to Buxton 2.0. When we start on the transfer pages, because as mentioned in the last episode, we started to move people out. Ernie Cheeseman has gone to Dagenham Redbridge for £6,250, which means we've lost 10k on him. He was brought in as a backup. He never really performed good enough, so we've let him go. Jay Turner Cook, who we mentioned we'd had a falling out with last time around as well, he's gone on a free to Yeovil. He's been at the club for pretty much the entire save so far. 177 league appearances, 35 goals, but it's the end of his time here. And then Nico Lawrence and Jobe Orozoz have gone out on loan to Eastleigh and Northwich. And as mentioned in intro, we've done decent. We have done decent. We managed to beat Burton with a rotated team in the EFL Trophy. The manager was talking that we were an easy game. Clearly. We did then lose 3 in a row in the league. 1-0 to Notts County, Walsall, and then 2-1 to Cheltenham with Wheatley scoring late on in this one. But then we won 3 in a row against Port Vale, who were just a couple of places above us. Lucky scored in on goal, but Finley and Edworthy scoring to give us the 2-1 lead. McKilshire is sent off late on for them. Great victory over Stevenage, 3-0. O'Brien, Wheatley and Linares scored in this one. And then a 1-0 victory over Grimsby with Sam Bell. And last time out, we did lose 2-0 to Hartlepool, Muirhead and H.A. Exley scoring for them. But if we take a look at the league table, we're currently sat in 20th place. Stevenage, Port Vale are now below us. Grimsby are up in 17th place. And teams that, we've generally lost to are up, battling for playoffs. So we're getting results against teams that we should be getting results against, losing against teams that we should be losing against. Today, we have Port Vale in the first game, who you can see 22nd, and then Cambridge, who are 19th, just 3 points ahead of us. So, 2 crucial games in the battle for relegation. We got Murray Jones in goal. It had been Hilson playing, but he's picked up a hip injury. He's going to miss majority of the season, if not all of the season now. Lowe is at right back, Finley's at left back with Feeney and Hewlett in defence. Collier, Rowe and O'Brien in the midfield trio with Wheatley, Bell and Hugo top. It has been Edworthy, but he's picked up a slight knock, so Wheatley comes in for him. And as mentioned as well in the intro, we now have the wing backs on attack with overlapping as well, and we've looked better. We have looked better. Yes, we are getting exposed quite often. And if Murray Jones hadn't been in as good form as he has been recently, then we probably would have, not got as many points out of them 3 games as we did. But I'm willing to take that risk. I'm willing to take the risk of us outscoring opposition game after game after game. That is the plan. So here you can see is obviously our formation for this home game against Port Vale. And you can see there Port Vale's lineup as well, a 4-2-3-1. Feeney has come in for Joe Scott as well. Scott has declined a bit recently. He hasn't been playing very well either. So Feeney is coming for him. We are now looking to try and move Scott on in January for some money. Of course, his contract is up at the end of the season, so he'll be eligible to leave on a free. So we're just trying to get some money for him now that he isn't particularly my first choice. He hasn't been for a few games now. So Bell over the top to find Wheatley. Wheatley, tight angle, easy save in the end for Sharman Lowe. He probably should try to pull that ball across, but there's a man with him. It is always tough for him to do that. Harris skips past the tackle. Ball is very poor. Finley wins the header and Hugo flicks it further on, but Smith now looks forward towards Almond and Hewlett clears. Bell can't bring it in, and that is an effort and a half to hit the crossbar from there. Fortunately, we get away with one, not conceding that long range strike. But intriguing start to the game here. It's seemed pretty open. Here's Almond once again down that side. O'Brien wins the tackle. Finley clears. Bell into the feet of Hugo. Finds a ball in behind for Wheatley. Surely this time it's a huge arm to it by Sharman Lowe, but the ball finds the back of the net. Ethan Wheatley gives us the lead. And it is 1-0 to Buxton, despite the best efforts from the goalkeeper. Thought he'd saved it. I did. I thought he kept it out, hence it's a huge, but instead not enough, and it trickles into the back of the net. We don't care how it ends up in the back of the net or that it ends up in the back of the net. That's all that matters. Seems we're out of all competition. I suppose we can switch back to the league table. Wouldn't really change anything for us at the moment. Cambridge are currently beating Colchester, but it moves us further and further away from that drop zone. Wheatley has now picked up an injury, a potential arm injury. We're going to bring on Ed Worthy for him and see if that affects us. Conlon with the corner. It's a poor corner. He's headed clear at the near post. Bell picks it up, and there's a man getting forward in the centre. Rowe to Hewlett and Collier. We had a chance for a switch and a counter attack, but instead we're patiently working it, and now Lowe has switch play. It's not the best ball. Ormond to bring it forward. A couple of people in the box, and it's towards Greenlay, but Lowe heads clear. Conlon dispossessed by Rowe. Edworthy takes a very poor touch, and now Harris kills one just wide. Now, I was looking at the past few seasons in League Two, and on average, 45 points is enough to keep a team up. So that is the target this season, is to try and get to 45 points. So some seasons it's been as high as 48, others it's been as low as 41. So 45 is what we're going to aim towards. Edworthy's header, and it's in the back of net, and Sharman Lowe again gets something to it but cannot keep it out. And it's 2-0 to Buxton, and we're starting to cruise a bit. And all it really took was to have a run of a couple of games, winning, and confidence is starting to flow once again through this team. When confidence is flowing, there's not many teams that can stop us. It's poor from the goalkeeper. It's a great header from Edworthy. And it's 2-0 to Buxton. And I'm looking at the likes of Finlay and Collier, who we're going to take off at half-time. For fitness-wise, it is, of course, Boxing Day, so we're in the middle of the festive period. Here is Makosia, who, of course, was sent off against us in the return leg not that long ago. Almond now. Into Lewis. Collier does well on a booking, of course. Almond brings it forward and is allowed to bring it to the area. Murray Jones pushes it over the bar and out for a corner. A couple of minutes to go before half-time. Corner to be taken by Conlon. Can he get a better ball this time than the last one? It's a little bit better, but it's still not great. Hugo clears further out, and that will be half-time with the 2-0 advantage to Buxton. An attempt has been a superb 45 minutes. Collier is going to come off for Blazic. Finley's going to come off for Lowell. Rowe is going to come off for Doyle. And do we take off one of these centre-backs for Lucky? I think we will take off Feeney, since he's on that booking. So all 5 changes made. Could come back and bite us if there's an injury. But we're going to try and keep players as fresh as possible. Like I say, we're in the festive period. We play in, 3 days' time? So we want to try and keep people as fresh as possible. Use the squad. It's a great ball to Harris. He's hit the bar, gets to the rebound, and he was offside on the initial one. Cambridge are now 1-1 with Colchester. So if Colchester can find another goal, we will indeed go up a place before we play Cambridge next. And then we start to turn our attention to the likes of Bournemouth and Grimsby. And Colchester have found that goal. So as it stands, we move up into 19th place. Lowell is looking nervous, which is a surprise considering we are comfortable at the moment. O'Brien back to Blazic into Hewitt. And I was going to say to switch and play here to Lowell in acres of space. It's a great ball. Lowell back to O'Brien, instantly back off the 1-2. Blazic to Lucky. Switches play towards Edworthy. Header clear only to Lowe. Can he find a cross? It's Doyle. O'Brien. Going backwards here. And now Lowell once again working the width of the pitch. In behind for Hugo. Hits one. It's 3-0. It's Joe Hugo's first goal of the season. Finally off the mark this year. And if there was any doubt that the 3 points were staying right here in Buxton, there is none now. It's 3-0. And as I mentioned, that second goal went in. Confidence is flowing. It's a great finish from Hugo, curling away from the goalkeeper. Tucks just inside the post. Was it tight offside? I didn't think there was, but no, he's clearly miles onside. And yeah, a very, very good game. We've had 8 shots, 5 on target, and 3 goals. You know, you certainly cannot complain at that. And we just want to keep being as clinical as this going forward. Cambridge did equalise, but Colchester have scored a 74th minute penalty to make it 3-2 to them there. We are ticking out. Can we keep a clean sheet? That's the next crucial part. Lowell heads further clear. There is 2 minutes of stoppage time left to play. Ormond, who nearly scored earlier on, into the area, pulls it back, and Doyle holds it up, switches play to Lowell, and now we can potentially break. Instead, he goes backwards to Lucky. Lowell should have just looked to run forward there, and we played ourselves into trouble on the edge of our own area. Smith, McCushia, back to Smith, 90 seconds to go. Ball in behind. Murray Jones comes, doesn't get there. Ochieng forced wide, pulls it back to Ormond. It's blocked by Lowell, and we give it away penalty. I mean, we're going to win the game regardless, but I'd love for that clean sheet at this point. Drinan steps up, and I thought Murray Jones had saved it. I really did think Murray Jones had saved it, but it's 3-1. He should have saved it. He should have, but yeah, it's still all 3 points. Regardless, it's a good performance. And yeah, like I say, confidence is high. We've managed to give a lot of players 45 minutes rest. And we've got a crucial game next up as well against Cambridge. Hoping to pull 3 points clear of them. We are now 6 points clear of the drop zone. Things are looking decent. They are looking decent. Wheatley will be out for 5 to 8 weeks with fractured lower arm. We could have got him to play through it, but we're not going to risk it. 28 hours without a goal for Hugo. So it's nice for him to get one there. And he is indeed a man of the match as well. So we will praise him with that one. And yeah, Cambridge coming right up for you. So for the second game of the episode, we've got Murray Jones in goal, Lowell at right back, Hewlett and Feeney at centre back, with Finley at left back, Collier, Rowe and Blasic at the midfield trio, and Edworthy, Linares and Wilson will be the strike partnership. So a few changes for fitness reasons, a few players on the bench that were started last time out, but like we mentioned quite a bit in the first part of the episode, we're in that busy festive period, we've got to use all of the squad available to us. And, you know, given the victory in the first part of this episode, we can afford to lose today, should we get to that stage. We're actually the form team in the league. I just noticed it said that we are number 1 in the form league. Cambridge playing the 4-4-2. Obviously, us with the 4-3-3. And should be an intriguing game. 5 changes to our lineup. Of course, we are level on points. There's 3 goals that separate us. So, an even team. Probably should be an even game, but it's football, so you never know. We are away from home as well, which will make it a little bit tougher for us. But I just want a decent enough performance from us. That's all I'm asking for, is for us to fight. Wilson has a bruised knee. He can stay on the pitch. He doesn't need to come off for a bruised knee. But not much happening so far. We do have a goal kick here with Murray Jones short to Feeney. He quickly clears downfield towards Linares. Rowe through the centre and sliding tackle, wins it back for Cambridge. He looks forward. Feeney wins the header and his Rowe once again driving forward. Out to Edworthy, and now the overlap to Lowell. It's a poor ball though. Lowell inside to Rowe, now gets it back, and that's a good ball. Can he find a cross? He can, towards Wilson. It's headed clear. Edworthy back in, cleared once again. Collier to Lowell. Pass to tackle. Towards Linares, who gets his 4th goal of the season. And in between games, we actually turned down a bid for him. From foreign team. I can't remember who it was, but it was nowhere near what we asked him for. If we were to let him leave, he came to us, he asked, why. We set a price for him. That price may just keep going up if he keeps scoring goals like that one. A crucial header 26 minutes into this game to give Buxton the 1-0 lead. And when you look at the statistics, we are dominating this first half, but just the goal to show for it would indeed put us 3 points ahead of Cambridge. At the moment, would be 4 points behind Boreham Wood as it stands. And like I say, we would be the form team in the league, so then we can start to look forward and look to move up to the table and become an established league team, try and get that mid-table position, and then hopefully build on it for seasons going forward. Dawson's ball downfield, and Lowell brings it into Blazic. Here's Linares, and it's a decent ball to Edworthy. It's not a great touch, and it's Edworthy who makes it 2, and that was a defensive mistake there. There was an interception, but he forced Edworthy, and he steams past the man. We'll see here. Linares tries to find that ball in, and it's Lawson who tries to intercept, and I don't really know what Fletcher was doing. It wasn't actually that bad of a ball, but Fletcher just stands there and watches it, and Edworthy thinks it past him, fires past the keeper. It's 2-0 at half time, and that's just going to help our goal difference even more as well. And we are now going to take off Edworthy, or we will bring on, let's bring on Hugo there. We'll take off Collier, switching with Blazic, bring in Doyle, Finley out for Lowe, lucky for Hewlett. I'm just looking at fitness here. Actually, we'll bring on O'Brien as well. So a few players that are coming on that aren't fully fit, but they're in a bit of a better position than the lads going off. And yeah, it's a very good half of football for us. And O'Brien with the free kick. Can we make it even better here? We've got a penalty. Ebrom pushing Doyle, and surely Blazic is going to be the one to take this. And he tucks into the bottom corner. It's 3-0. And once again, for the second game in a row, we've taken a 3-goal advantage, and all 3 points are coming to Buxton. And yeah, things look good. Things look good. I'm glad I switched back to this tactic when I did. Obviously, moved the wing-backs into wing-backs instead of the full-backs. I don't think that was helping us. How are Boreham Wood doing? They currently no one knows Sutton. Sutton are struggling, aren't they? Yes. But if Sutton can find a goal against Boreham Wood, then we close in on them, and it would be 3 points behind them. 16 points of playoffs. Shall we? We'll try and make a run at playoffs. I think we're asking a bit too much there, but after last season, I've learned to never really write this team off by saying it's too much, because we fought last season and somehow winning that league title by God knows how. This game, we're going to keep our clean sheet. It's 3-0. We scored 6 goals across the 2 games today. And I'm going to tell them we've blown them away. Everyone looks delighted. It's a great performance. Things are looking good. I'm happy. You're happy, hopefully. I mean, you're probably not. You'd probably like to see me get very stressed and angry, and I don't blame you at all. But things are looking good. They really are looking good for this team. Trying to loan a few people out as well. Still trying to sell Scott. He's not going quite that well. I'll deal with all that shortly. I am going to play through the transfer window, and I think we'll do Wimbledon and Boreham Wood. Actually, no, we'll do Boreham Wood and Sutton, seeing as they're down here. Unless things are looking better, then we'll do, some of the bigger teams. But yeah, that's the plan. Boreham Wood and Sutton in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.